Ordering a party of swim.
No, you belly-livered lover. Spread your feathers, dearie. Show them your flock.
Send them hens to Davy Jones. It's the rolling horse.
Welcome now, you swabbies. What may I offer for these hearty hens? Every one an egg layer.
Not lest they be laying golden eggs.
Hey there, you bilge rat.
Oh, quit your clucking. The gentleman wants the round. Don't you, boy?
Hey, what's the
Here I be, holding the treasure map and the key as well. To see the local
Our little old time rock will big, right? Come, boy.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and you're listening to a podcast that believes in dreams, that places trust in the magic of imagination, that is always the first star to the right, and where the light in the window is always on. Join as we discuss the views from Walt's apartment.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Walt's Apartment Podcast. We are here to cover all things Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. We are the official podcast of DisneyInsider.com and brought to you by our sponsor, Getaway Today. My name is Sean. I'm so honored to be joined by a group of like-minded Disney fans from all over the country. Sean, Sam, Brianna, and David have all assembled to share our love of all things Disney with you. As always, we hope you enjoy the view from Walt's Apartment. Hello, everyone.
Hi. We have lots of people saying hi to us
Hello,
today.
everyone. I saw a few people. I saw Bill and Barry on there. Jennifer said hi. Mary, how are you? How are you?
Oh, Mary has a great point there. Bill, you may be the first comment, but did you share?
Oh. Yeah,
Barry, you were
come
not
on.
first. Mary is putting everybody in their place tonight.
She said I let Sean out. Did I not say Sean? I'm sorry. I thought I said Sean.
I think you did.
Okay.
I think you said one Sean. So
Well,
You left yourself out.
yeah,
I might have. Well,
Wait.
I'm just happy to actually be on the screen because last time you guys saw me, I just disappeared. So I'm glad to be back. All of you last week, thanks for taking over and doing the show. It was a great job. Fun stuff. Sam, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm
Good.
happy. I love our Wednesday nights.
Absolutely. Brianna, how are you?
Hey, doing good.
Good. Mr. Blurred Hulk, David Van Hook, how are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually, you see here, I'm getting a little distinguished on my
Ooh.
hair here.
Is that great?
Yeah. I'm
Dude. Well, it's okay, buddy. It takes, well, welcome to Gray. And welcome back to the one and only parks news business guy from the DisneyInsider.com, host of the Disney Beat, world traveler, Mr. Sean Nyberg. How are you, sir?
Hi, it's good to be back, and thank you dude, Sean, you stepped up so much for the when I was down in Walt Disney World, like they just got so much parks news, and I was just like, everything I got, I was just like, Sean,
Right. We're just like, let's do this. And I'm like, usually I can't do it because I've been busy at work. It just worked out that it was a slower time for me to get the stuff done. So it's my honor to help out. You know, I love writing for them, and they're awesome. So we have a fun show tonight. We're going to talk some news, and then we're going to spend the last half of the show talking to Sean about his trip and just getting all the details of Walt Disney World because I've never been there. So I'm excited to hear someone else's, outlook on it as well. So let's dive into the first thing here. Sean, Disney Beat, is that back this week? And you're muted.
I know. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, the Disney Beat, it'll be back next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm going to I have a lot of stuff because I've been posting videos, editing videos for my trip and pictures. And I'm going back down to California this Sunday for God knows when, because my dad's getting some treatment down there, which it's not good, but great. But nonetheless, I'll be podcasting from Palm Desert. Starting next week, but yeah, it'll be back next week.
Poor Sean being down in Palm Desert. I'm sorry.
I know. So, but it'll be back. The Disney Beat. Check it out.
Perfect. And Brianna, Extra Magic Hour.
Yeah, Extra Magic Hour comes out bi-weekly, so you can listen to last week's episode to get caught up on all the Disney news and then join us next week. We're just an all things, everything's parks podcast, and it should be a lot of fun.
Okay. Sam, you want to talk about Force Friday?
Sure. It's the one podcast I'm not on, but sure. Yeah, so that's Amber and Jade, and they cover all things Star Wars. They are going to have some things coming up for the Bad Batch. Right now, I think we're doing once a month.
Yeah, I think they're going to get back into it in May a little bit more because they got their stuff actually coming out. So
there'll be more content coming out, yes.
And then we have this other little show that we do on Sunday nights that it's our most listened to show of all of our shows. So David, tell us about the Marvel Tribe.
Man, if you're not part of the tribe, you're missing out. But it is, in my opinion, it's one of the coolest shows. But I'm also a Marvel fanboy. We do the show every Sunday. I get to do this with Sean and Sam and Bill and Chris, and we get some cool guests. We have Brianna on. Maybe we'll get Sean on. I know he's been watching a few of the Marvel episodes and stuff.
Come on over to the dark side, Nyberg.
I'll warn you, if you come on board, you'll never want to leave and stuff.
That's right. All right. To Hotel California. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check in. Yeah.
But yeah, every Sunday, right now we got the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and this is the season finale. So we can talk about some predictions towards the end of the show, what we expect for the finale. But yeah, it's fun, and it's for all fan experiences, whether you're a comic book head, nerd, you're a MCU fan, or you just now started consuming the Marvel stuff, join us. So
perfect. I will say this Sunday on the Marvel Tribe, we're going to talk about the finale. Derek Cornell, who's the co-editor-in-chief of the DisneySider.com, has agreed to join us. He's a huge Marvel guy, so he's I messaged him on Wednesday, I think Tuesday. He said, he says I'm there, so he'll be with us. So we'll record probably out 7:00 Pacific time, and I'll get it out as quick as I can because I know a lot of people have a lot of things.
Also, note I reached out to Kevin Feige. He I don't know if he's on there. He responded yet about coming on Sunday, but
okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, it'd be a great surprise. We'll send him the link anyway. If he wants to show up, he can show up.
He could just randomly pop in and surprise us and make our whole lives.
Right, Brianna. Do you have any plans this week?
No.
What are you doing tomorrow night?
Oh, tomorrow night I will be on Airbnb with Bill and Barry. It should be fun. I'm sure the Muppets will get brought up. Probably something about pirates. Probably pirates.
Lots
probably
of pirates.
The Muppets
Lots
writing
of Muppets.
pirates.
I hear their graphic department is working overtime.
Before we get into news real quick, I want to mention the interview that me and Sam did last Sunday that came out yesterday. We did an interview with Gina Rock, who was the longest flying Tinkerbell at Disneyland. She would fly from 160 feet above on the top of the Matterhorn, fly down into behind Fantasyland and crash into some guys every night for 21 years. And great interview. It was so much fun to talk to someone that had that kind of insight and her stories. And she started off as a circus acrobat and then goes into doing that. And then now she works for FEMA, which is just the coolest thing. I wanted to play something. I have a minute of something real quick. Before we did it, Sam's little daughter said, "There's no way you're interviewing Tinkerbell today." And we're like, "Absolutely, we are." And she says, "No, it's not happening." So we asked Gina at the end of the interview to kind of give Haley a shout out. So take a quick listen to this, just a quick minute of what happened on there. And we'll get into news right after this.
When you turn, 15, 16, and you decide that you want to go out and be an aerialist, just remember that I'm going to go ahead and encourage you. Now, hopefully Mom won't get upset with me, but remember, Mom, I went to college late, so she can still go to college and be an aerialist. But yeah, Haley, they did interview Tinkerbell today, and I was very, very blessed to get that job. I hope that you follow your heart and your dreams. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to be when you grow up, you can do that. Just remember that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, she was
So
awesome.
sweet.
She was sweet. And then her agent Joshua Schaefer, who actually reached out. I reached out to him to actually do the interview because he runs her website and everything. He actually writes a book, and it's a travel book for discovering Disneyland. It has 3,000 fun facts and traveling tips of Disneyland. Wow. He sent me this. This just came to me today. So thank you, Josh. He's actually going to be on with us probably in the next month or so too, just talk about Disney history and stuff like that. So yeah, lots of things coming. One more thing before we go on, I will say next Wednesday night, we are going to have YouTube bloggers, Fast Pass Facts will be joining us on the live stream. If you've never checked out their stuff, check out their stuff. They have some of the greatest. What do you say? I bet you don't know that. What song? I do know what it is now.
I know it now too.
Barry, that is One Little Spark from Figment Ride. That's something, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Close enough. But yes, next week Fast Pass Facts will be joining us. They are very cool. They have some of the greatest videos on YouTube about rides, they do a lot of stuff about failed animatronics and a lot of stuff about top 10 animatronics. They're just really cool. Their names are Luz and Salco, and they are so cool. And I can't wait to have them. Me and Chris interviewed them when we were part of the DCast back last Easter Sunday, a year ago. We actually interviewed them on Easter Sunday, and they're just really cool and fun. We're going to have them on. Let's get into the news from the DisInsider.com. Make sure you check out the DisInsider's YouTube channel now. They have some fun breakdowns of Derek's a few minute breakdowns of the Falcon Winter Soldier have been great. Skylar's doing some stuff on there. Check them out on YouTube. Check out Derek and Skylar's Patreon exclusive podcast, which is awesome. I'm not sure if I haven't listened to it this week, but yeah, check them out. They're awesome. Who has the first story?
I think I do.
All right.
All right. So Soul, WandaVision, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and The Mandalorian have all earned nominations for the MTV Movie and TV Awards. So for Best Movie, Soul was nominated. Best Show, WandaVision got a nomination. Yes. Elizabeth Olsen for WandaVision got Best Performance in a Show nomination. For nominations for Best Hero was Anthony Mackie for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Pedro Pascal for The Mandalorian, and Tiana Paris for WandaVision. Best Villain was Catherine Hahn for WandaVision, Giancarlo Esposito for Mandalorian, and then Nicholas Hoult for The Great, which is a Hulu show. For Best Fight, Wanda versus Agatha and WandaVision was nominated. And Best Duo was Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Pedro Pascal with Baby Yoda/Grogu for The Mandalorian.
Oh, they're against each other?
Yeah.
Oh, no. So who would you guys pick of that best duo of those two? You do Bucky and Sam, or you have Mando and Grogu? Who do you pick?
Bucky and Sam.
Yeah.
Bucky and Sam.
I say Bucky and Sam, but I'll say Grogu and Mando just for
to balance it out.
Yeah, balance it out a little bit.
So who's Wanda?
It's close though. I mean, what Grogu? He force choked that one chick.
Right.
Yeah.
So who is Elizabeth Olsen up against for her category? Because she's going to win. So who's she up against?
Does it even matter?
That's true. Good point. Good point. Forget it.
Anya Taylor-Joy for The Queen's Gambit, Elliot Page from the Umbrella Academy, Emma Corrin from The Crown, and Michaela Cole.
Yeah. All right. Give her the popcorn. Anyone have thoughts on the MTV Awards? Remember how cool the MTV Awards were like 15 years ago? How there was
back when MTV was towards your age. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you too. Like, I don't know. When's the last time I just popped on MTV? Like,
no, I have absolutely. I don't even think I have it on any of it. I have Hulu and all this. So I don't think I have it as part of my. I don't think I have MTV. No, I might have it on Sling. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Anyone?
I know the producers pick the nominees, and then the people vote, which is interesting. So
yeah, I think you're going to see some awards coming from Disney Plus for sure. Anyone else have comments on MTV awards? Sam, big MTV gal? No.
No.
Okay.
Maybe in the 90s when I was like 7.
Right.
When they played videos.
Yeah.
So
Pretend
David,
I was dancing like Britney Spears.
David,
they started losing me when the Road Rules came out. I'm not sure how long.
Right. And I think now they're
with Puck.
Yeah. Oh,
wow. 94 or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
97 was it.
They lost you before I went to kindergarten.
And now they're on like the Challenge 444 or something like that. I think they have so many the challenge shows and
I don't know.
Perfect. All right. I'm glad Disney doesn't own MTV. Next story, David.
All right, so we have some really cool royalty coming. So Derek Cornell from the Disney Insider wrote about we have 2 royals that are joining the Secret Invasions. We have Olivia Colman from The Crown. I haven't seen The Crown, so I don't know too much about that. And then we have Emily Clark, which is rumored to also have joined the cast of Secret Invasion, and we all know who she is from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember her character. I know she was like someone's cousin, aunt. Like they got weird on Game of Thrones and stuff there. So they were married and brother and sister or something. She was the Dragon Lady. But anyway, she's joining the cast for Secret Invasion, which I can't wait. I think I know she's an amazing actress. I've seen her in other things. The First Lady Olivia Colman, I know she's a pretty great actress. I have not seen her in too many things. The style of films, I don't follow that kind of stuff. The Crown and all that other fun jazz. But yeah, they're going to be joining the cast. So cool. It's going to be a Disney Plus series. And we're gonna, obviously we're gonna get to see Nick Fury. He's gonna be leading that group of amazing actors and actresses and stuff. So it should be a fun series and stuff.
It's fun Marvel Tribe content.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Anyone have thoughts on? I just forgot her name. Emilia Clarke coming to Marvel.
I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah, cool. All right, we'll move on to the next story, which is this is you, right, Sean? I think you have a couple of stories in here that you want to discuss. So, got some Disneyland news. Hit us with it.
2 of them, yeah. So the first one that I was going to talk about was about the tickets went on sale for opening day, and opening 2 months,
right?
And it happened, I believe, on the 15th. And it crashed the servers, and people were put on hold for 12 to 14 hours. Some got it right away. Some were on hold for 12 hours and got booted off. It was a big cluster F, and everyone anticipated that it would be, and it turned out to be. So that's one thing you can always rely on with Disney, because they just can't get around with this kind of stuff. They haven't quite figured out with the websites, the tickets, and the reservations and stuff. So
it was very confusing. I mean, the whole process was confusing. I think on the 12th, if you had tickets, you could try to get, if you already had tickets, you could get tickets before the people on the 15th. So if you had these old tickets, you had to make sure that they were in your app or in your Disney, queue. And then if it wasn't, then they had to make sure it was the right ticket. They had to be the specific tier ticket as well. Because if it wasn't the right tier, you obviously couldn't go on a certain day. So it was just, I watched people on YouTube on both sides when they had tickets and when they were waiting for, like you said, 12 hours. I know Mr. Cheesy Pop, Maxwell Glick, actually went so long. He actually went to Universal Studios in the afternoon and was still waiting to get to get his tickets. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're right. And then also, like a lot of people who are AP holders aren't used to that kind of stuff. Having to go get day tickets that are so expensive, and they stopped that program right now. So it was. But what's funny is the next day you went back on the website, and guess what? There were tickets there even for the opening day. Mm-hmm. So after all that hold at a 15, I think they're starting with 15%, or maybe even 20. Even with that capacity limit and all the holding, there still were tickets available. So. Yeah. Clearly was an IT issue, but not like too many people overwhelming the tickets. So that happened, and there's still tickets the week after and stuff. So it's pretty crazy right now. I really think the biggest problem they're having is AP people aren't used to buying daily tickets at $150 some bucks a pop. Yeah. which is, like Sean and I and we visit, so we're used to that when you just go down for 3 little days or 2 days. But when you when you live there, you're not used to that. Just pop in whenever you want. So anyway, there's that story. But the other story that happened today that was a little more breaking was it was quite the little roller coaster.
It started last night. We were talking over our group chats about it. Started last night, and it's like, yeah, this is happening. But go ahead.
Yeah, I know. So so SeaWorld was the first one to start posting that that they would allow people. So wait, backtrack. There's this overarching rule that there was with all these theme park reopenings in California that you had to be a resident of California at first, and that was just the rule. There was no end date, and so that was, and everyone's like, oh, how do I have to prove it? Do I have to show my ID? And if you read the rules, you just see all you have to do is just attest to it when you buy the ticket. They're not going to check your ID or make you bring could you imagine the cast members checking everyone's ID like bouncers in the club and having them be like, did you bring me a utility bill? Because I need to double check to make sure that your child is, no. When you buy the ticket, you just say, I confirm here that I am, and that's it, because it gets them off the hook. Anyway, so that was the rule for all of them, right? And SeaWorld, though, yesterday, they changed their policy. It said if you are an out-of-town visitor, as long as you can show proof of vaccination, that you are allowed into the parks. And everyone's like, whoa, what? And SeaWorld's, they're kind of like I put them on the story, I call them the antsy teen of the theme park world. They're kind of like the bad boys. And everyone's like, are they just kind of going off the rails here? Because Disneyland and Universal, they hadn't changed anything. And Disneyland, when they contacted Disneyland, they're saying, hey, we have no comment, just look at our policy. And their policy still was only California residents. SeaWorld, when they contacted SeaWorld, they said all they would say is, look at our policy. And their policy said, if you're out of state, as long as you're vaccinated. And then California wasn't taking any calls yesterday about it. So it wasn't until this afternoon that finally California confirmed that on the 19th, they did add a clause that stated the out-of-state visitors can attend theme parks or visit theme parks as long as they can show proof of fully vaccination, which means 2 weeks after your second dose if you get the 2-doser. And so it is true, but Disneyland and Universal have not changed, and I don't think they're going to change a policy for a while, for a lot of reasons. But SeaWorld is, and they can if they'd like to. If they'd like to change that policy, they could. So that's the last, 2 hours ago, we got confirmation from California that they did change it. And it was just real quick. It was so weird because they did it so quickly and so quietly. They just put a little addendum in the guidelines on Monday with no fanfare, no press release. They just changed it. California did. And we had to find out through, the angsty teen of San Diego SeaWorld. So
I'd say Universal's a close second, though, with being that angsty teen.
Yeah, they are.
With their little jab. They have probably the best Twitter account.
They do.
So,
we do have a few comments from the things that we've talked. Pablo Paso and Lizzie can watch as Falcon and Winter Soldier clean up the Emmy.
Here we go.
Okay.
True story. The fight between Sam and Bucky and John Walker wasn't nominated for Best Fight. That's a joke. Sorry, Mary. Let's see. Sounds on par for Disney websites. Let's see.
That's got to be Amber.
They are nominated for Best. Oh, it's got to be Amber. They are nominated for Best Duo, so it can't be. Nicole said, I did like how they had a queue this time around, and if you lost connection, your account was tied to a queue number, and you jumped right back in.
Nicole, how long did you have to wait?
IT, yeah.
Cole, can you tell us how long you waited? I think she ended up having to do it the next morning, possibly. Oh, wow. She ended up, I think it was like 14 hours. Disney needs Board Hulk on their IT team.
Yep.
Hi, Elliot.
Hi, Elliot.
John Walker did nothing wrong. He's Barry.
Wait, what?
Did we forget that Barry likes to do the complete opposite of everything? Barry's so sorry to hear this.
Wow, Barry. I thought more highly of you, but okay.
You insult the Board Hulk.
The
16 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back in the 90s, if you read that book, Disney tied themselves to the Go.com network when they bought that, thinking it was going to be this big, and Michael Eisner bought it, and they really fully fleshed it out, but it never happened, and they're still stuck with it. And they haven't, they just need to
That's why it's Disneyland.go. That makes sense. Okay. I never knew that. Okay.
And the only good thing they have is their Disney Plus, but that's run through a different type of thing. That's,
Well, I mean, we crashed that too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But the parks websites are just
So let me ask you, David. I'll just start with you. When do you think Disneyland will start accepting people that have been vaccinated? What's your thought? Just give me a rough idea. What do you think?
Roughly, I say, look, summer is the go-to place for travel, and if things keep going in the trajectory that it is, they could make some changes by the summer. So
yeah. Sam, Brianna, what do you guys think?
I think maybe the second week of June, maybe.
Yep.
That's kind of what I'm going with, around June.
Yeah. How about you, Sean?
I think they're not going to require vaccination. I think they're going to keep it in-state only until they can do out-of-state without a vaccination requirement. Because I don't think Disney wants to get in the business of checking vaccination records.
Yeah.
And it's such a hot topic, and I'm for it and everything, but I do know they probably don't want to get in that mess. So as long as they can fill the parks enough to pay the bills with residents only, they'll wait until they don't have to check vaccination records.
So is the vaccination records part of that addendum in the California thing, or was that just what? Oh, okay. I thought that was just what SeaWorld was putting in.
No, California allowed for it, and San Diego is the only one that
Got
took
it.
Yep.
Got it.
But California is like leading the country in vaccines, I believe, of anyone, right?
1.5% positivity rate's the lowest state in the country.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be. I think they won't do anything until, like Davis, till I want to say till mid-June. June 15th is a target date for California to reopen. So I don't know what we don't know what that actually means yet. That's just their target date for actually reopening the state. So we'll see what happens with it. Like Sean said, I agree with it. I have no problem with it. I get my other shot in a couple of weeks, so I'll be ready to go. I have tickets that I've had for 2 years now. I'm ready to use them, so I will use them by the end of the year if I have to. I will find a way to get to Disneyland if they allow that. So
Mary says they are going to be checking vaccines for cruises, so Disney might do it too.
No.
I think people might have a little bit more leeway in terms of showing a vaccination for a cruise. I just could see that really causing a problem in the States. I'm all for it again, but I could just see Disney not wanting to touch that third rail, just being like, But but if they're not getting numbers from
when you're on a cruise, though, you're stuck there with those people.
No, they should do it on cruises.
They better be checking,
for better or worse. You are stuck with those people.
You can't go anywhere.
Well, I have seen people. They have a jail on cruise ships. I've seen them helicopter people out of the middle of the ocean.
Jeez,
man,
for bad behavior.
For bad behavior.
Oh.
You should ask Amber about her cruise experience a year or two ago.
Did Amber go to jail on the cruise ship?
Oh no, there was a murder on her ship. Yeah, ask her. She'll tell you the whole.
Wow.
It was a cruise ship she was going on a cruise to Alaska. It's yeah.
Okay, that'd be fun.
Right on.
I'll let her tell the story.
Next story, David, Ryan Coogler. You gonna hit us on that real quick on that? Did you see that story?
I did not see that story.
Oh, I put another story in there for you, basically, real quick. Ryan Coogler has pledged to continue to film Black Panther 2 in Atlanta, even though with the laws changing.
Yeah, with the
short story. Basically, he says he knows there's a lot of people that rely on his films to make money in the Atlanta area, and he's not gonna take that from them. So that was just another story in there, real quick. How long?
No, I think that's great. I'm gonna be honest. I appreciate the sentiment. A lot of these big businesses, sports, and all that stuff we're doing, but when it comes down to it, they employ a lot of the local talent to run these events and stuff, and they are absolutely hurting local small businesses and employment opportunities and stuff there when they pull out. So I'm all for being vocal, and I'm not a big fan of apartheid Georgia, as I call it, because they're changing how they changed their voter rules and laws and stuff. But there's other ways you can protest as a corporation and stuff. So I'm glad there's some businesses that are still going to do some work.
Cool.
Keep local talent employed.
Anyone else have any thoughts on that? No.
I agree with David. Yeah,
for sure. Sam, tell us about your favorite MCU character finally getting to come to Disney Plus. This is so exciting. This kind of broke like 3 hours ago, and I messaged Sam and said, "Hey, I changed up the rundown. I'm going to give you the Sony story." Not even thinking about her utter hate for Spider-Man. And then she said, "You gave me the Spider-Man story?" And I'm like, "Yeah." But I said, but I've given Brianna a Muppet story, so we all have to do stuff in one, So.
To be fair, I don't have utter hate for Spider-Man. I just think he's annoying. But
I have other hate for the Muppets.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris is already in the comments saying Spider-Man's the best in that exact voice. Yes, we just got a multi-year deal between Sony and Disney, and we are going to start getting some of the Sony theatrical releases across the Disney platform. So ABC, we're going to get some on Freeform, Hulu, Disney Channel, all of those great places. So it's going to start in the 2022 year, all the way to 2026 is the agreement. And then I do believe some things are going to be coming to Hulu starting this summer. So it's good that they're trying to, spread the content across as many platforms as they possibly can. I think this is a good thing. And I honestly never thought we would see this agreement happen.
Yeah.
It actually caught me off guard when I read it today, because we always say, they're not going to partner. No.
Right.
We always say one's going to have to buy the other, and that's not going to happen for either. So, but this was good.
Yeah, I agree.
I saw this play coming. So I think it ends in 2026 when they change the monopoly laws and Disney just eats Sony. So that's my prediction.
Are you going to make me talk about Spider-Man on Marvel Tribe now?
Maybe.
You should. Absolutely.
Are you going to make me watch it? Watch them. Brianna hates everything.
Oh, Brianna, I wish you luck tomorrow night.
Luca.
So Sean, you're a big business guy, right? You follow a lot of business stuff. Do you think the agreement that's through 2026, do you think Sony and Disney make it separate still, or do you think Disney will own them by 2026?
Oh, I don't know. Did you talk about the Netflix? Did you talk about that when you did the story?
No, Netflix feels betrayed. From
Netflix. No, so they
not
just
looking good for them.
So Sony entered an agreement with Netflix. So this is what's a little confusing. So Netflix actually is going to get these Spider-Man and stuff for the first year after they become available after their theatrical run, and then after the year, then Disney will get them as part of their catalog. So they have it's a 1 year, they call it like T1 or something like that, where Netflix is going to have first access to it. And that's really the fight right now is really between Disney, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Peacock, and HBO trying to fight for this stuff because Sony doesn't have a home. They don't have their own streaming, and it's not that many people who don't have streaming, their own streaming service. So the real fight right now is between Disney, Netflix, and them trying to get this stuff for their catalog. And the thing is, Netflix, I don't know if you saw this, but yesterday it dropped 10% in value because it only hit 4 million subscribers last quarter, and everyone expected 6 million. And last year at this time, they had 15 million in the quarter. So they really undershot their subscriber count. And so this is kind of a hit for Netflix because they got that first year, but they're going to have to give it all up after that year. So, I don't know if Disney's going to take Sony over, but I do know that Disney wants to drain Netflix of any kind of content.
Of course. David, do you think they'll try to take them over? Oh, Brian Lee.
Brian Lee says, make you talk Spider-Man? Don't anti-hero shame me since he annoys me.
Make sure you check out Brian Lee and Ethan and Piano Rob and Dwayne and Mark from This Live's new podcast, Earth's Mightiest Weirdos, I believe is what it's called. It's a Marvel podcast that just came out a few weeks ago, so check that out. Just want to throw that out there.
I don't hate him, y'all. I don't hate him. I just don't like him.
So Sam hates Spider-Man. That's gonna be the name of this episode. Sam hates Spider-Man. Why does Sam hate Spider-Man?
Yeah, well, we can discuss that in details at the Marvel Tribe. So
there you go. Tune in.
We'll have to phone in her therapist about that. Sorry.
No. So to answer the question, which I forgot, the Sony, Netflix and Disney thing. I honestly think the catalog, getting all of these movies and stuff for their catalogs and stuff is going to be kind of the short game. I think the long game where Netflix is hopefully I know they see the writing on the wall is original content. And they have to come out with stellar original content because right now Disney has the edge. I get Warner Brothers, which is owned by AT&T, with HBO Max or whatever they have and stuff out there. But Disney is right now king of original content because their menu is plentiful, especially with the ownership of Star Wars and Marvel. So Netflix, I mean, original content, I think is going to be key. Having these catalogs and stuff is going to, I think, in short game, long term, if Netflix wants to be around for the long term and stuff, like, not like Blockbuster. They don't want to have a fate like Blockbuster. We don't want to see the last Netflix streaming service on Disney Plus. The original content has got to be their game. So
Brian Lee says best case scenario for MCU is Sony sells the Spider-Man rights, revert back to Marvel Studios.
Yep. That was a huge topic when we had the decast. We talked about that a lot. Netflix lost people when they announced that Duke is not coming back to Bridgerton.
She's not wrong.
Oh my God! Really?
Man's a snack.
The new content gets new subscribers, and I think the catalog is what keeps the churn down. And the churn is the rate in terms of people who cancel their subscription after a month. And the biggest thing is, new subscribers plus churn, plus keeping churn down. And that's the thing they're really working on. Netflix needs is to keep the churn down because people are dumping them because their new content is not quite what it was.
I don't like the word churn.
I know, it sounds like butter and just like
it sounds like something your stomach does.
Oh,
like
when you watch Bridgerton, like deep down.
Yeah, I know.
No,
when you're eating that snack. I mean, that's
no.
Does Spider-Man give you that feeling deep down?
That's how you really feel.
Throw up.
Oh. All right. Well, that's kind of hot and weird, but it's
Mary
good.
says, Mary says, nice and easy on the eyes, Sam. I guess we're talking about that snack you guys are talking about.
The Duke.
Okay. I never watched Bridgerton. Is it good?
Oh God, it's good. Just keep the kids away.
Yes. Just don't watch with small children.
Yeah, or your parents. That's even weirder too.
I never got the fashion with all this war.
Chris loves churned butter.
Yes, he does.
Stop! Yeah, no. Hi, Mark. Y'all, every time I say I don't like something, y'all just throw it in my face constantly. Brianna, I am sorry.
I was
and you know what? We do it to David too. We do it to David with the Haunted Mansion too.
Well, it's not that he doesn't like it; he just is never allowed in it.
Yeah,
I just keep my opinions to myself, and then no one can give me shit about anything.
Well, I mean, clearly, Sean, you don't like hair, but
I mean, I did it to you with Marvel Tribe though, and I was like, no, Wanda's evil. Wanda's
that's
evil.
true. Yeah. That's true. And she wasn't at the end. She was nice and.
She's still evil. What?
Come on!
Imprisoned a whole city or town.
Dude,
did you not see her
she ran from
her
the
body?
Lost. She never answered for her crimes. I mean,
see her all the time.
She has the Darkhold.
She's right there.
Oh God, she's always got that on thing. Yeah,
that's right.
Barry says David doesn't.
I got this too, just in case anyone wants to see Barry with wings.
Barry's a beautiful butterfly.
I just keep that around in case Bridgerton gets me worked up. Then I look at that and I'm like, okay, I'm back. That killed it.
Okay, so,
oh, poor Barry.
So, I think he'd appreciate that. That's how I feel.
So let's. There's always this one. McChristo is always
on again. There you go.
Right back at it. Okay.
Brian Lee says she's not evil. Hold strong, Vashon.
Oh God.
Thank you, Brian Lee. That's Earth's Mightiest Weirdos. Check them out because if you're going to keep talking great about Wanda, I'll keep promoting your show. Whoa, awkward silence there.
Come to Marvel Tribe where we will beat up Sean over Wanda.
Oh, dang. This is taking weird turns.
Kidding, Vashon.
Okay, let's talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier. One episode left. I'm going to dive into this really quick because if you want to really talk about it, listen on Sunday. But David, what are you hoping to get from the last episode?
Oh man, obviously I'm looking for that stellar fight scene. You know, it's we always get the big finish in these Marvel movies and stuff, and this is a Marvel level movie. And I mean, they spare no expense on the budget here, and I can't wait to see John Walker with his Kmart cap shield, and I'm right now. My bet is it's either going to be Carly or Sam who's going to smash it. I think Sam's going to smash it. I think he took the super serum or something. I don't know, but I don't know how he's going to fight with that thing. So,
did you guys see the Did you guys see a TikTok with the Home Depot music playing and the guy? It's the Home Depot music, about doing it on your own and do it yourself. And the guy, he's pounding away on his shield.
It's a home
that
project.
thing's just gonna shatter.
Every time you say Sam, I have to check back. I'm not gonna destroy it. I'm not gonna be there. But okay, I got it.
Here's the thing: you could. I honestly think you could.
I could.
Sam, what are you
sure
hoping
I
to see
could.
from the last episode?
We talked about this a little bit in Marvel Tribe, but I am hoping to see that we get some kind of acceptance from society that we have a Black Captain America, and people said it couldn't happen, and here it is.
Yep.
Want to see society excited for that.
Sean, how about you, bud?
I mean, I'm looking forward for the finale just so we can get to Loki. No, I mean, listen, I do like it. I like it. I feel like amongst my friend group, who no one's really buying it as much as they were WandaVision. I feel like I'm having to defend it all the time. So amongst people who are here who like it more than I do, it's kind of nice to be able to be I actually didn't love it as much as I was hoping I would. But
Are you saying WandaVision's better? WandaVision was better?
I did find honestly, I did find it to be a more enjoyable show.
Right here.
But I do enjoy looking at Sam and Bucky. So, you like looking at Wanda. I like looking at Sam and Bucky.
The other Sam.
The other Sam. Sam, I know you're waiting to hear someone say Bucky just destroyed Sam. You'd be like, yes, he did. Oh, wait. You mean Sorry.
Yeah, the new vibranium suit. Yep, can't wait for that too.
I kind of hope America in the show doesn't accept him as the Black Captain America, just because I feel that would be almost too Pollyanna and not realistic. And I feel you know what I'm saying. I do hope that they accept, but that would just be wouldn't be real to be oh, there's no problems and no one has any issues. I think if they could dive into that a little bit more, it'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, I think with what Isaiah Bradley said in this last episode about how America will never accept a Black Captain America. That's why I'm I want to see, because Sam's trying hard. He's you know,
I love it.
Trying to be capped.
Brianna, what are you hoping to see?
After the last episode, I'm pretty much just at the point where I don't need the finale. I just need 6 more episodes of Bucky and Sam working on a boat, throwing the shield around, and Sam shirtless working out. That's all I need.
Are they
Bucky can
too?
also join in working
snacks
out,
too?
and I will be 100 all
Yes,
snacks.
they are snacks.
They are full-on meals. They are not even snacks anymore now.
When Bucky is laying on that, Bucky's laying on that couch with the dog tags and he's smiling over at the boys playing with the shields, I was like, I think I just fell in love.
Wow.
Seeing Bucky smile, an authentic smile, precious.
Yeah.
Well, he's got that mechanical hand too, so we never get tired.
So who? All right, so I have to ask this. So who's better, Bucky or Kylo Ren?
Oh,
Bucky.
Wow. Without a doubt, they all just
Bucky would hurt you, and then Kylo wouldn't cuddle you. You'd have to cuddle Kylo, but at least you'd have something to cuddle with.
All right.
Do we get another spin-off from this? Do we get Thunderbolts?
Oh yeah, we definitely.
We're setting up the Thunderbolts for sure.
Yeah, I mean, right as of now, it is
They're all at the raft.
It's their biggest rated show, and depending on how the finale ends, I mean, they still have options to do another sequel and stuff. So, in fact, I think they're in talks, or they're really looking into that. So,
I've read some stuff saying they're talking about a second season.
I mean, they have to be setting it up, because they're not just sticking them all at the raft together for nothing.
Right.
No. And that's the thing. We're going to see some of this play out in the big screen, but we could see also it come right back to a Disney Plus series.
So check it out this Friday. It comes out. Then we're going to talk about it on Sunday night, and then we'll put that out as soon as we can Sunday night. Do y'all want to watch the Shang-Chi trailer real quick before we let Sean talk about his trip? So we're going to watch this. Let me do you guys talk while I get the share thing going here, because I'm good at this.
Elliot just added something that I totally forgot. Torres becoming the new Falcon too. I want to see Torres show up in that last battle.
And we just have not know. We love Elliot. He's a big Disney
yes,
Insider.
Elliot is a huge Disney
That's my middle name too. So
perfect. Here we go. Let's watch.
All right, let's do it.
Shang-Chi real quick. Here we go. Can you hear it?
Yes, maximize it.
Whoa, calm down.
There you go.
It's not Bridgerton.
So she said.
Oh God, I like how we can talk through these.
I gave you 10 years to live your life. Now you see me rise. And where did that get you?
Ow.
Death Dealer.
You walked in my shadow. I trained you. So the most dangerous people in the world couldn't kill you. Son, it's time for you to take your place by my side. You better watch out, 'cause it's my time. Some power in this soul mine. That's not going to happen. It's a new era, yes, I come alive. You can't outrun who you really are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who are you? Hold on, everybody! We make a good team.
Yes.
Man, I can't wait. As a man who loves fight scenes and I mean comic book stuff, we got Marvel and a little kung fu and then a really cool story. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll talk.
I was gonna say I wasn't sure I was gonna actually like it. I was kind of
Same.
like, eh. But then when I saw the trailer, I was like, yeah, give it to me.
Yep, I'm there. Sean, Brianna, what do you guys think?
I think of the same way. I had no expectations for this movie, but after the trailer, I'm definitely excited to see it. So,
right on. I know
Yes, Barry. This is part of the MCU. So basically, this triad, whatever they are, I don't know. They're connected to the people who took Tony Stark.
Yeah, they're
the same. Yeah.
So the Mandarin, which got introduced in Iron Man, is and been since the beginning of the Marvel, just been in kind of the background and stuff. You'll see people with the little 10 ring tattoos and stuff. So they've been a part of the MCU, and now we get to actually see what the 10 rings and the Mandarin and his crew is all about. So I'm excited for it. I think we're gonna I'm gonna have to do more of a breakdown character intro on the Marvel tribe and stuff, and we can talk about Shang-Chi and the Death Dealer and the Mandarin and all that fun stuff, and how they're going to be retconning the rings, because I mean, the rings are supposed to be as powerful, kind of similar vein as the gauntlet that Thanos has, and in the comic book they're actually rings, but if you look in the trailers, they're bracelets and stuff, and there's a reason for that, because there's also a dragon that they have in this, and the belief is that the rings fit on they're the size they are because they fit on the dragon's hand, but as humans wear the rings, they have to wear them like bracelets and stuff. That's why it's still called the 10 rings, not the 10 bracelets and stuff. But we'll talk about more deep dive on the
Marvel Tribe. Yes. So now it brings us to not the end of our show, because now I want Sean to tell us all about his trip to Walt Disney World. The floor is yours, sir. Tell us all about it. I'm going to throw up some different pictures you gave me while you're talking, and just going to you would tell us what you did. What you did.
Yeah.
What
I
you
went to
liked,
Walt
what you
Disney
didn't
World.
like. Okay, cool. Have a great night.
Okay.
Have a great night, everyone.
I'll quickly talk about a couple things that were interesting to me, and then of course I have to do a little bit of comparing between the Disneyland and Disney World, Walt Disney World. You have to kind of do that, especially
right,
you're a big fan like all of us are. So I went down Easter. We flew down on Easter, flew down to the Orlando airport. We took the Magic Express over from the airport to the Yacht Club, which is a really cool experience. They did a really good job of keeping everyone distant. It was a long flight, 6 hours from one corner of the country to the other corner. we spent our first day. We didn't do any of the theme parks. We just like the first full day. The next day, that Monday, we took the Skyliner because you don't have to be in a park to take that. We walked around just to kind of get a lay of the land because it's so big. That was when we went to Splash Mountain. And it was just really a good idea to do that. And I know not everyone has that ability because, that's a full day that you're not doing anything. But I'm just glad that we had a day to kind of get centered. And we didn't wake up that first morning where we're just like nonstop in the parks because that can get very tiring. So, but after that day, we spent our first day. I'll just quickly go. So we did Disney Hollywood Studios the first morning in the parks. The second morning we started in Epcot. The third morning we started in Magic Kingdom. The next morning we started in Animal Kingdom, and the last morning we started at Hollywood Studios. The reason I say that is because the first morning we were in Hollywood Studios, which means at 7 a.m. I was up to get the Rise of the Resistance boarding groups, and so I got them, but I did not get them at 7 a.m. And it was one of those things where I almost over-prepared because I'd seen every YouTube video on demand. I put it on Twitter and got all the different suggestions. And I don't have it on my phone, but I was one screen back, and there was a little bit of a discrepancy between people in terms of what screen to start on to load it. But I was up at 6:30 really. My partner was up too. We had the world clock, so we could have the seconds ready to go. And right at 7. This is such an amateur move on Paul's part. His alarm went off on his phone because he had it set for 7 a.m. because that's when he gets up, right? And so he forgot to turn that off. So that screwed him up because he was trying to get at the same time as me. And I was just one screen back. And that 1 second, especially right now with how quick it is with COVID, they don't have a lot of spots opening because they're keeping the attendance down even on that ride. It was gone in 3 seconds. It was 3 seconds. It was done. I got the red X saying, sorry. And that was our first morning. And of course I was like, oh, I'm fine. Like I was telling Paul, like, it's not going to ruin my day. I'm still going to have fun. But it was just, I was able to kind of let it go. And I knew at 1 o'clock, a lot of people who don't get it at 7 will get it at 1. But it still was like, I wasn't going to be happy till I got it, even though I wouldn't admit that, right? We got there. They've been opening all the parks more than an hour early. So if you're going down there soon, I got to tell you, it's incredible. And like, we were the very first people to walk into, that was that morning. And I have a Muppets shirt. I was wearing so Paul had a Muppets shirt too. We did Muppets 3D. It was absolutely terrible. And we both liked the Muppets, and it was like the worst thing ever. They need to get rid of that right there. I'm sorry. They just do. And we like Muppets. But we went to go rope drop Tower of Terror, and it wasn't open yet. So then we went over and did Rock and Roller Coaster, which if you follow me on Twitter and stuff, you'll know that I was not a fan. Sorry. We walked on and that was too long of a wait, to be honest. I knew that it was like a minute and a half. I knew there's 3 inversions. I knew it was Aerosmith. I'm sorry. I know there's going to be some things I'm going to say that not everyone's going to be happy with, but overall, it was like one of the best trips of my life, and I absolutely loved it. It's a good trip when you were there for nine days, and as we were flying home, we were like we want to go again in a month. Sometimes there's that hangover where you're like, okay, I just want to talk about this for 2 days, but like we already were like, let's go back. So that's the best compliment I can give it, right? So, but I will not give a compliment to Rock and Roller Coaster. Sorry. Later that day we went back on it just because we could. And later in the week we went on it, and then it broke down, so we got a fast pass to go right to the front of Tower of Terror. So I did Tower of Terror instead of Rock and Roller Coaster, and that was the best Rock and Roller Coaster ride you could ever do. We finished. We did Slinky Dog Dash, which was great. I got that done early. Just a heads up, if you're going down there, their line's nice, but it's so spread out that if you're not in there in the morning, you're going to be baking because they have you just out there exposed with concrete and nothing really to give you any shade. So if you don't rope drop that or you don't do it at the end of the night, you're going to be dying from the heat. What else did we do? Hollywood Studios. So anyway, 1 o'clock. This is a good story for Disney park fans because you guys, I've told the story to my family and they're like, what are you talking? So it was 11:40. Okay, so stay with me here. It's 11:40 in the morning. I didn't get my Rise of the Resistance pass, so I'm like, okay, 1 o'clock, right? I'm trying to be present, but in my head I'm thinking 1 o'clock. We go look at Tower of Terror. It's a 60-minute, 1 hour wait, right? And I'm like, 11:40, 1 hour. Okay. We asked the cast member, is this really an hour? And they're like, it's probably gonna be 40 minutes, so you should be okay. So we're in line. And of course, everyone around me too is going 1 o'clock, right? Because a lot of people didn't get the pass. And we were in line, and 40 minutes, and then 50 minutes. Then it's been an hour. Now we're inside the building, and we got 15 minutes until 1. And we haven't gotten, and same Sean, like they do the same thing with like Guardians, where like you're in and then they put you into that next level where it looks like an industrial, like Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation 1989, like, you know, like with the stairs. There's the same thing. I mean, it's the same setup, right? And so we got into that area, and there was like 12 minutes, and I'm like looking at Paul, I'm like, I know we waited an hour, but and he's like, you do what you want. And I found the exit. I'm like, do we at least? I pushed through. We got on the ride with 5 minutes, and I looked at Google. It was a 3.5 minute ride, and we did it. Got off. There's 2 minutes left. I'm sprinting out, shoving kids out of the way. I run out. There's like a minute left. I go over to where they didn't have the show going, but you know where the entrance is to the Beauty and the Beast show, kind of if you come out of Tower Road to the left. And I found an area. I think I was in the cast member area because I think it was closed off, but I didn't care. I had to get by myself and turn off the Wi-Fi. And Paul got a video of me. I'm just like, go. And I got it. And like I screamed like an idiot, and other people were screaming. It was kind of fun. And then I felt bad because some people were crying.
Were they the kids you pushed?
Yeah. That wasn't about. Yeah. I threw someone's phone on the ground so they couldn't get one.
Oh my God.
I know, it's such as in my head. I'm thinking, I know you're not supposed to use the internet like at the resorts because normally your Wi-Fi is faster. And I was like, I'm sure a lot of people are going to use the internet. Maybe when I should be downloading a movie on my laptop to slow down the internet on the resort. That's like where my head gets going, right? But anyway, I got it, and the nice thing was too. I don't know how you say that, is that it was only like an hour later. Like we were, Paul was like, if you get a boarding group and it's like come back in 4.5 hours, like, because we'd already been, you know, but nonetheless, got it, walk into line, get it scanned. And then the guy turns to me, it's Rise of the Resistance, and goes, hey, we're going to have to reset the ride. It takes an hour to reset. You can either go back in the park or stay here, but if you come back, that's fine. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So we stayed though, because we were so hot. And you know, right there, like right when you walk into the cave part and there's like you can see the water and stuff. That's where we just sat there. That was Beauty and the Beast dinner. So we sat there and we got on. Anyway, I'm really happy we had the little reset actually, because it really got us to cool down and gave us a chance to, you know. And we got on, and it was an amazing. It was better. I've seen the ride through, Paul, and Sean, you are gonna die. I mean, I know you've seen the ride through, and it's better than even the ride. It's just incredible. And so we did it. I cried teared up at the end. Then we popped over to Animal Kingdom. I don't know why, but we decided to. And we ran in there, and we did Everest. Didn't like Everest as much as I thought I was gonna like it. I know there's gonna be other ones, Sam, that I love, so don't worry. I knew it was intense. And I also think we ran right to it. Like, I don't know why we did, like no one, but yeah. The nice thing about Everest is it's quick. Like there's never a line. Even if there's a line, you're on it in like 10 minutes. I've never, even during COVID and stuff. So, but I know. I liked it better the second time we went on it because I was a little bit more prepared. It goes backwards. And if you watch it on the video, it goes backwards, but you don't realize it goes back with like force. Like, it doesn't just like fall back. It goes back more than I thought I was anticipating. So
yeah, it does. Yeah. The first time I read that.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So like I knew it went backwards, but I didn't realize it went backwards. But when I was done, it was the second time I did it, I loved it way better. So I do like it. But the first time I wrote it, I was like, oh God, I need to sit down. And then we did Navi River. We didn't do Pandora just because we knew we were coming to rope drop it in a couple days, so we didn't want to wait 90 minutes. We went back, did Epcot. Here's the problem of the whole trip. I'll say, if you want to hear the worst part, the food situation with COVID. A third of the restaurants are closed still. The indoor dining is about 20%. And the mobile ordering is a mess right now just because it's all booked up. So everyone's complaining about that. Like you just can't get food. And when you're in the theme park, even if you have a reservation, you look around, you're like, I'm hungry. Normally you can just get a corn dog if you want, or a turkey leg or popcorn. A lot of the booths were shut down. A lot of the carts weren't open. And so that was always that would be the biggest problem I'd say if I had, was that. And the transportation, which I know is Walt Disney World, is always kind of rough there. And especially just, with the bus situation. And when you want to go, you want to go. And sometimes it can be a pain in the butt. But on moving forward, we did Magic Kingdom. Amazing, absolutely amazing. It was incredible. Here's the best description if you've only been to one of the parks. That I thought about this really long and hard. I think of Disneyland like my high school alma mater. where I think of Walt Disney World as like my college alma mater. They both have a special place in my heart, but I think Disneyland's more like quaint, kind of like, you know, it's the same secretary that was there when I was there, and now I'm 40, you know, and that's like kind of where I fell in love. And then I had my first crush, and then like Walt Disney World's like bigger, and it's like more you know, people from all around the world kind of, and it's just more, and you kind of grow there like as you're an adult there, and like it's just kind of, but they still mean so much to you, right? And I just, so that's kind of how I think of the two. Like they're so similar, but they're also so different. Here's the biggest complaint, and then I'll say some more nice things. I was so disappointed, like viscerally screamed at how much I hated Pirates of the Caribbean.
The movie's better than the ride.
No.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I do, because it's half the length. Like I wait longer in line for it, like all the time, and I don't care to ride it at Walt Disney World.
It was a long wait because of COVID too, and you know, and there was no fat, and we came around the corner and it was over, and I literally said, "What?"
Yeah.
We all were, and I was with a bunch of Disney fanatics, so we all were like, "Oh my god, that was it."
I think that's a pretty common reflection that people make when they've done both. Yeah.
So you know,
you're not
okay,
alone.
Good. I just want to make sure. I don't want to offend people, but so yeah, Chris. So what you're saying, Walt Disney World wins. Splash Mountain. Both are amazing. I like them both. I will say I like Walt Disney World a little bit better because it's longer, and I do miss though. You know, Sean, when you're going up the end with the rabbit and the mom's like singing to her baby rabbits. That's like my favorite part, and they don't have that in Walt Disney World, and so that's the only thing though. Walt Disney World Splash is amazing. Space Mountain, I'd say it's even. I was a little more scared on the Walt Disney World one because I don't know it as well, and just like the whole time I was like, oh my god.
There's two tracks in that one, isn't there?
So much.
Yeah.
There's two tracks in that small
they're
one,
mirrors. They're mirrors of each
In
other.
the ride vehicle, you're like on the ground. And
you are. It was hard to get in and out of. I love it though. But I always feel like if I was like a tall man, I'd be afraid to crack my head open because like if you see it with the lights on.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Sean.
No, you're fine. Two things. So, Splash Mountain. How do you like stay next to the person or sitting behind them? What do you do?
Ooh, at the time I like sitting next because you don't get quite as wet. It's kind of the opposite. Cool. We're like in Space Mountain in Walt Disney World. You're like way into it, but you're up more in Splash. But it's the other way around with Disneyland. So
and for David, Haunted Mansion, which one's better?
I honestly would say it's a draw. I would say I do like the stairway scene so here's the thing. I think Brianna would agree. I like the exterior of Disneyland. Disneyland's exterior is one of the best exteriors of anything. I do like the extended. I do like that stair scene, the stairwells that are the stairs are going everywhere. That's amazing in Walt Disney World. And it was a walk on. Every other thing had like a 45 minutes to an hour wait, but every time a Haunted Mansion was a walk on at Walt Disney World. And you know that in Disneyland, that's not a thing. Like if you get 40 minutes or less, it's rare. So anyway, I liked them both. So that was that was a wash. We did. Hold on, I just trying to think of a few more that were there comparisons to. We didn't do Soarin' because you can do that. You know, that's basically the same ride, right?
Yeah.
I love Frozen. Beat me up and take me out of the rooms. I love Frozen. I mean, I know on Disc Twitter that's like, oh god, Frozen.
No, I run. I literally run to Frozen.
There's no hate for Frozen here.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, good. I of course Spaceship Earth I liked. That was really fun. The Nemo ride in Epcot I liked way better than I thought I would. And the ride that I was so surprised by that Disney fans won't ruin for me was Journey into Imagination with Figment. It was so much better. I thought I was going to hate the ride because everyone hates it so much or gives it so much crap online.
Not everyone.
I know, but it does. Snow White. Which one? Snow White. Oh, they have the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. They don't have the Snow White Dark Ride, but they have the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It was great. I loved it. It was so much fun. It was just like Big Thunder, but smoother, kind of the same idea.
That's kind of how they changed. That's kind of how they changed your guys' Snow White too, just recently, didn't they? Is something similar?
Well,
to get that scene.
There's no roller coaster element.
There's no roller
coaster. It's all kind of moved about the same path.
So it's the same thing but slower.
Yeah,
it's a dark ride version, and they kind of put the same scene in that they have for Mine Train.
It was good. Wait, what was the one in the back? I'm thinking that. Oh, Big Thunder Mountain. So Big Thunder Mountain, I liked them both. I would say I might even give the edge to Walt Disney World on that one. It's longer, which I really like. It's a little jerkier, so it can be a little hard on the, but I do like that it's longer. Isn't it getting all the effects, the fireworks and the? I mean, not the, but the. In Disneyland, you go up the last lift hill, and it's like explosions and all those stuff. They don't have that there, but I heard that they're going to get that before the 50th. At least that was before COVID, maybe.
Oh, okay.
So that was good. That was a walk on too. So that always makes you like the ride a little bit better too. When it's a walk on. Animal Kingdom, Pandora, absolutely incredible. Loved it. Avatar, it was the best thing ever. Flight of Passage, I'm talking about. But I did it. Rope drop sometimes in the morning, even if I've been up for 2 hours with coffee, I almost feel like I need to do it later in the day because I'm still kind of like first ride of the day. Like I'm like, wait, was I really fully there for that whole thing? Cali River Rapids, I loved. It was, it's short though, really short compared to Grizzly River Run, and I love Grizzly River Run, so that was there. What else did I not talk about too much? Epcot, the thing that was a really tough place to be because of the food issue. So, that's really what it's known for. A lot of it is the food and shops, and all of that was so socially distanced and like so many capacity limitations that it really took away from it, and the construction walls. So like, we walked 87 miles in 6 days, and I think a lot of it was just trying to get around Epcot construction.
That's crazy.
So, best meal.
Best meal. Oh, best meal. Art Smith's Homecoming. We actually went there at the towards the end of the trip too. It was in Disney Springs. Amazing. Where's Chris? Is he there? What's his name? Where is he? Chris?
Crystal.
Chris, yeah.
Chris,
Anyways.
yeah, Chris just put out a recipe today from Chef Smith's for their chicken. But okay, meal that you didn't love.
Meal I didn't love. Oh, I got to be our guest.
Agree.
Yeah, there it is. I think that's the steak was good. To be honest with you, the steak was amazing, but for $670 some bucks a person, and
it's not worth the money.
It wasn't worth it, and it was kind of a mess. But I'm glad I did it, but I wouldn't do it again.
Perfect.
Best ride, Rise of the Resistance, Paul. I know I'm trying. We don't want to go long, but the one thing I do want to say, we all went to Universal, and I know this is a Disney podcast, but I'll be quick on it. We went to Universal Studios. We got the park hopper. Huh?
I said I'm a big trader. Talk about Universal.
Okay, good. And we did. Okay, so we got the express pass. So you just walk to the front of every line except for like 2 or 3 of the rides, right? And we got the park hopper. So we're going along. Then we got the thunderstorm. Now, this was not one of the normal Florida thunderstorms. It was a 6-hour storm. I mean, it was shutting down flights in Miami. Yeah. It was. I just saw videos of it on Twitter. It was incredible. And so we were like stuck on like the Simpsons over there, like over in the Universal Studios, like hiding in like under something, and like all the computers went dead. Ethan, 1 through 10, about 20. I mean, it was an absolute amazing. I will say, so we did Harry Potter, the Hagrid's motorbike, right? Mm-hmm. We were in line. They shut it down because it's an outdoor ride and it was thunder, right? So they have to lightning. They have to shut everything down. It was starting to come back. I saw my weather app. If you follow me on Facebook, I'm a big weather guy. So I was like, wait, this is done. Like, there's no more lightning happening. So I was like, I started hanging around Hagrid's, you don't want to line up because they don't want you to line up, but I'm hanging around. And they're starting to run it again. But the cast member or team members are like, oh, no, we don't know what's going on. I was like, you liar, look behind you. They're running the thing. But I know you want to say that because the whole park will come running over to line up, right? Mm-hmm. Anyways, we got in line right when it opened. We got right on Hagrid's motorbike. Paul likes it better than Rise of the Resistance. I would put it, yeah. I mean, what do you think, Brianna? You've done both, right?
It's a different ride. Like, I'm on a track on that ride, and it's so fast, and
you're sitting up on the motorcycle,
is insane. It's and the motorcycle, like, I remember, like, we're starting to go, and the lady's like, tuck in your lanyards. And I was like, what? Why does she care about that? No, we take off, and my lanyard goes whipping around my neck. And I was like, oh, okay, I understand now. Like, trying to get it, like, under my shirt. Like, but I mean, Rise is so immersive. Like, they're just different rides. I don't think that I could pick. Yeah. Like,
Paul's an idiot. But so we get off Hagrid's, right? And we're walking out, and then we turn this right because we've never been in there, right? We don't. And so Universal does a thing where they put the hand sanitizer on your hands as you're walking into the ride, right? They do it. They have a team member does it, right? Mm-hmm. So we came around the corner, and some guy was like, oh, here, let me give you some hand sanitizer. And I thought, oh, when you get off the ride, that's weird. But we ended up back in line, but like right back in the front, like in that little side, maybe for people who will. Do you know what I'm talking? And we got back on again. Nice. It was like 2 seconds, and there was a 2-hour line out the back. And I was like, what? Then we get off, and Paul goes, "We can do it again. No one's looking." And I'm like, "No. The people dogs are watching me. I don't want to get in trouble."
Glitch in the Matrix.
Chris wants to know how Gideon's was.
Oh, I know. I'll wrap it with this. Gideon's is that cookie place in Disney Springs, and it can have the 4 or 5 hour virtual line. Paul took care of that. Yeah, for cookie.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Paul took care of it because he's the sweets guy of the two, even though he's like half my size. He's the sweets guy. It was amazing. We got in. We went there twice, and Paul had the cookie. He's like, "Oh my god, it's the best thing I've ever had." I was like, "Oh my god, it's a cookie!" Like, right? I mean, cookies. There's only so. He took a shower, and I don't want to like grab the little bite just so. And I was like, "Oh my god, it is so worth all the hype, and it is incredible." Was it there, Brianna, when you went?
No, they've had one they have one in I think downtown Orlando, but I've never ventured out there, and that just opened up a couple months ago, and I hadn't made it back since. Absolutely incredible food, and Art Smith's Homecoming amazing. We did Morimoto's for the other fancier night in Disney Springs. It was okay. I would do Art Smith every day if I could. So I lost the things to say. I'm going to put some more stuff on Disney Beat. I'm going to write a big thing, but I would say Rise of the Resistance, best ride. Splash Mountain was right up there. Frozen and Animal. What was it? Oh, Kilimanjaro Safaris, of course, is amazing too.
Oh yes.
Oh! Best surprise, Frozen sing along. The funniest, best show I had ever seen. Like the lady who's up there, the heavier lady who's like kind of like the comedy girl. She was the funniest thing I have ever. We were crying laughing. So anyway, that's my little thing. And Muppets, Muppet fan needs to go get it out. That's all.
Well, we'll talk more about it next week on Extra Magic Hour too. We'll think of some more questions for you too. So I appreciate you sharing.
That's all.
Yeah. Did you go ahead?
You know how? Sorry, last thing with Jungle. You know how it can. A really good skipper can make it amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And an OK one can make it okay. It was an OK one, and because of no fast passes or anything, it was a 40-minute wait. So 40-minute wait for Jungle Cruise in 89-degree weather with an OK skipper.
Yeah.
You do the math, right?
Yep.
And Trader Sam was gone. We was like 2 days after they just removed him.
Right.
So that's all I had. Thank you.
No problem.
Class.
Thank you all. Anyone else have any questions for Sean before we wrap up? No.
Castle was amazing. Cinderella Castle beats out. I don't care if Walt was there because I used to say that when Sleeping Beauty Castle was built. Walt, no, Cinderella Castle completely destroys it. But I like Disneyland's Main Street better. Interesting. Sorry.
Sean's just redesigning an entire park in his head right now. I love that.
Could you imagine Cinderella Castle with Disneyland's Main Street? It'd be like so huge.
This giant castle just overpowering everything.
Yeah, so all right,
perfect. David, where can we find you on the internet?
Where can't you find me on the internet? So
that's true.
It's a day old running joke and stuff. But I'm everywhere. So I'm on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse, Facebook. Just look up Blurred Hulk and you can find me.
There you go. Sean, how about you, buddy? Thanks for sharing all your stuff. I appreciate it.
Of course, man. Yeah,
and
Sean
welcome
Nyberg,
back.
Thanks, buddy. On Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. And if you go to YouTube, you'll see a lot. I still have 5 more videos to put together, but I do.
Yeah, check out Sean's YouTube page as well. It's Sean Nyberg as well. So
yeah,
I forgot to mention. Absolutely. Brianna, how about you?
Yeah, you can find me at Brianna_K7 on Instagram, Brianna_K on Twitter, the Walt Apartments Instagram page. You can find me on Airbnb tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 Eastern time. And today is my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom. Thanks for having Brianna.
Absolutely. Sam, I forgot to mention Disology in the beginning. So what is going to be the topic for Disology this week? I apologize for that.
You're fine. For next week, for next Tuesday, we are going to be covering Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the way veterans are actually treated in the way the show portrayed that.
Cool. Awesome. So check out Sam at Disology, and everything else is just your name, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Clubhouse, Clapper, all over the place.
Clapper?
Apparently that's a new thing. It's like a TikTok. It's like a TikTok. It's kind of like TikTok.
Mary asked if I like the cavalcades. We'll end on a positive note. The cavalcades in the parks were the best thing ever. Keep them over parades. They were amazing. So love Walt Disney World.
Elliot's comment. Bye everyone. Have a good night. This was great, and also happy birthday to your mom, Brianna. So there
thank
you go.
you.
Bye, Elliot.
All right. So from all of us here at Walt's apartment, we hope you had a great week, and hope you have a great week coming up, and we hope you enjoy the view from Walt's apartment. Good night.
Peace out.